Hey everyone, this is episode 3 for Be Your Own Hero. I took last week off because honestly, I've been going through some post-show blues. For 20 weeks I was fixated on just this target, this goal. Um, every minute, every second devoted to it, my whole life, my whole structure. Um, got to go present the best Jeff possible, and it's tough to go back to ordinary life to a certain degree, where you're not, the goal's there, for me it's November 2018, but damn, it's so long away. I'm chomping at the bit. I just want to get back up there because I know what I can do. I know what I can improve, and I know I just need time. That's sometimes the hardest thing to understand. I posted a picture the other day of 11 years of progress for me, and I was like, shit, wow. And so many people come to me, I'm a coach for a living. I train people and coach them and help them find the best them as they can, health and fitness. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because, you got personalities, everything in between. But you get people who be like, I want to look like, Hugh Jackman 6 months a year. Good luck. Good luck. Come move in with me. Let's train, twice a day, 4 hours a day, and I'll do all your meals for you and charge you exorbitant amount of money, because that's what it would really take. But we all want to miss that boat. But, to get back to my point, it's tough. I purposely have been holding on to my condition and not checking in with my coach because I didn't want to get on my ass. I'm walking around still 4 weeks out later with striations going up and down my lower back and my glutes, So I've kind of been forcing myself to eat a little bit bad food to kind of get away. I said bad food. Food's not morally good or bad. Some food that's off my diet that's more than I should eat for my nutrient, intake is what I would rather say in my way of trying to change that habit of how I look at food. Soften myself up a little bit because I realize even though I want to compete, I want to get back up there, and I'm like, man, I know I can be 5% better. I told Jason, I was like, I'm going to be leaner this offseason. He's like, damn, man, you already lean last year. And I was like, but I could do it. And, I have to find that balance. And I took a few days away to be able to kind of find that balance because I went from the compressional world of being in this box, for the show, just box, 20 weeks of, and then, coming back out and, business is going great for me and my partner, Derek. We just brought a business manager on, pretty much, general manager, and he's just the learning curve, from what he's done, over 30 years of building businesses, and just him believing in us and taking us to that next level. I went all the way from, 100% in this to 100% that, and I finally realized, I hadn't had a chance to take time to process my loss at Junior Nationals. And, it was one of those things where, that was the first show, in all honesty, I shed tears on backstage. A few little drops from my black heart, but I took it tough. You get moved to center, that you display your conditioning and kind of to go, damn, still over one leg, all right, so I just know I need to fix that leg and build it up and make it, undeniable next time. And I know I can, I just know I need time. But, there's still that part of me, like, I could still be a little bit tighter, more conditioned. And that's why I was wanting to do the show this weekend. And, I'm lucky that I'm surrounded by people who talk sense into me and help me see the bigger picture and more of what I need to do for me. So, to all those competitors, it's out there, it's the post-show blues. It's really true. I know we all kind of talk about it. We kind of, everyone handles it differently. Some go right back to the gym. Some stuff their face and put 30 pounds on in 3 days. I've seen it all. I've done it all, actually. So, it's very difficult to kind of go back and find that balance. You're playing with your hormones. You're going all over the place. You're willingly starving yourself in a society that food is plentiful. So you already have to have a little bit of a sick switch there anyway. And you have to be willing to just endure. If you want to be your best, you have to be willing to suffer. And, I read Mark Manson's book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and he argues that those who have a better life tend to endure suffering more. And I honestly couldn't agree more with that assessment. At an early age, with my osteogenesis perfecta, my brittle bones, having to break my own damn leg at 9, that's a damn commitment, and And I remember being like, as I got older, I see things so differently than other people. And it's like, well, you know, at 9, if you have the commitment to break your own leg, it's really not that hard for me to be committed to do this. But as I've grown over my 12 years of coaching people in the health and fitness industry, I've realized everyone's commitment level is different, and everyone can tap into it. And that's where, you know, if you're a coach like Jason, me, he gets me to that, you know, that Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan thing. Like, we have that. Like, it's an unspoken thing between us, you know. And I realized, you know, when I stepped back from junior nationals, I walked through the crowd and I met everyone out front. You know, the look on his face, he was broken heart for me. And I just remember being like, man, that guy has so much vested in me. And I really didn't realize it till then. You know, I've been with him for 4 years, but, you know, I think he took that loss harder than I did. And I remember being like, shit. So, I'm like, well, I formulated the plan and wrote him what I wanted to do. I was like, dude, I believe in you. I believe that we are meant to do this. You know, I'm a big believer in the universe crosses people's paths for every reason. And, you know, it was a tough loss, but through goal setting and trying to, you know, get back to balance, even though in life I don't believe you can really have total balance, but to be able to kind of get back to investing into yourself again, that's tough after a show. And, you know, all my fellow competitors out there, you know, if you guys are going through that, the only thing I can recommend that's kind of helped me is just kind of going back to habits that involve other people again. Because, you know, as we get through the shows, we tend to come isolation island, especially the last 4 weeks, you know, and I'll shut everyone and everything out just because I'm tired. You know, I don't want to expend any energy unless I have to. And it was one of those things where, you know, as I've slowly started investing, I got back into reading comics again, back into reading some of my books, playing guitar a little bit, just some things to kind of get myself out there again. You know, all you can do is prepare for the next day, and in the meantime, win the day. And that's what this sport's so great for. It's constant self-evolution and self-progression. And, you know, anyone who embarks on health and fitness journey, whether it's, you know, to lose 50 pounds, lose 100 pounds, or just, you know, as simple as I've seen, they want their spouses to find them more attractive. It's a journey that's, to me, spiritual and intimate, and enjoy it, because it's the only thing you can control. You can't control what's going to happen with the economy. You can't control what's going to happen with your partner or anything else, but you can control something for yourself. And I always tell everyone, be selfish, put yourself first. There's a little bit of this life that is meant to be selfish. And if you invest in yourself and you invest in yourself first, you will always get back tenfold. That has just been my truest belief, in the way the universe has kind of just shown me that over time and time again. It's been a very interesting lesson I've learned. But the next thing I want to talk about is the Osteogenesis Imperfecta Angel Tree. In 2014, I got this crazy hair-ass idea to do an angel tree for kids with osteogenesis imperfecta. And it was for me going to the conference meeting, all these kids and hearing their stories, you know, and because OI, you know, some of the cases are so brutal, the parents only have one income. And, you know, their whole life is spent doctor's offices, fear of everything in between. You know, if I sneeze, do all my ribs break? Or if I take that step, or if I fall out of the wheelchair, am I going to, you know, be dead? I mean, these are real things with OI, and depending upon the severity of the cases, you know, and I wanted to get back, and we raised, Thera Curtis helped me, and there were a lot of great sponsors that year. I can't even think of them all, but they helped me raise over $3,000. We got 19 different kids, iPads, Xboxes, and cool gifts they needed. And we were able to put a smile on their face for one day. In 2015, I tried doing it, but at the time, I just gone through an acquisition of a gym. Me and my partner were just training people. It was a way to just keep the doors open and the lights on, and it was, you know, 70, 80-hour weeks for us, and I just didn't have the time to fully commit to it, and I let people down on that, and I've always waited for the time where I knew I could invest into it to make sure that the next one I did would kick the doors in on the first one, and I'm ready, and I feel like it's time. So with that being said, starting August 15th, I'm going to start raising money for the OI Angel Tree. It'll be $20 raffle tickets. We have bodybuilding.com on board. John Meadows of Granite Supplement. Jason Theobald with Scooby Prep, who's my coach, jumped in. His team, I mean, Natty, you name it. those guys are in. There's also a few others that I've reached out to. I'm just waiting to hear back from. But, you know, it was very important for me on this go-round to surround myself even more over my past 2 years of business lessons I've learned with those companies that represent the character that I want to embody and show in the health and fitness world. And also who have that family understanding, who have that family, how blessed we really are. Let's share that blessing back. And so the sponsors that you all will see coming forth resonate well with that. They are people that are family people, highly respected in the industry that I've reached out to. And as they start coming on board and we start doing this, I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing how many smiles we put on these kids' faces come Christmas Day. I'm going to reactivate the OI Angel Tree page August 1st. There's stories on there from 2014, 2015. I encourage you all to go read them. It's on Facebook. It's OI Angel Tree. Please like it. Please share it. We're going to exchange some lives this year. We're going to put some smiles on some kids' faces. And you know what? Every one of us who's a sponsor, who's doing it, I can guarantee you this much. You know, my gym, Iron House, my business partner, all of us, you know, we're going to put some money up. We're going to put some other stuff up. The trainers have rallied around. It's going to be something where every one of us is going to be touched in ways that the human spirit is meant to be touched in. This is what life is about. It's about giving a hand to those people when they need it. It's not about looking down on them or anything else. It's not about, life is meant to be shared, it's meant to be loved, and it's meant to be cherished. But most of all, it's meant to be expressed through the giving nature of humans and how we interact with others. And, you know, my passion is obviously getting OI out there through my bodybuilding. And I want to unite the two communities and show how much they've meant to me. The OI community shaped me after that conference in ways I don't even know if I were to stand before God himself, I could tell you. But all I know is the internal drive inside me switched. In bodybuilding, it gave me something. It gave me hope. It gave me hope in hours of despair and time of despair. And the people in the community have always looked at me as just Jeff. You know, this guy who's got this cool story, who just he just trudges along and grinds. And that to me is just so great, because even though people might be like, wow, that's a little crazy, you might do that with your brittle bone disease, but I've always just been welcomed and encouraged. I've never had anything but that. And I want to share that with everyone. I want to show how great our community really is in the bodybuilding world. We're not just a bunch of meatheads. We're a bunch of cool, caring dudes who backstage are cutting up, helping each other get, you know, posing or, you know, get oil on or whatever. Just talking shop, and, you know, being able to share those frustrations and those wins, those losses, those victories with each other. And, you know, I want to share that with the OI community, you know, that it doesn't matter where you start. All that matters as long as you keep going in the journey to finish. So in the next coming weeks, look for the announcement as I start adding more sponsors. I'm looking forward to having such a great group of sponsors around me, like I said, that they're beyond reproach, that you all will just be like, all right, that's something I want to give my money to, my $20. So what we're going to do is we'll do a raffle, and I'm looking at having, you know, prep packages in there for people from different coaches, supplement packages. There'll be cash prizes. So you get a raffle ticket. It's all going to go through one account where the sponsors will be able to see it, and it'll be run by one person. It'll be actually run by Thera, Riker's mom. She offered to help me. So there'll be one person with a hand in the cookie jar, and then once the thing is done and shut off, every sponsor, we're going to divvy out the money, and then the sponsors themselves are going to go pick some of the gifts for these kids, mail them, package them, then mail them, and get to participate in this as well, because that was one of the most fulfilling things to me that year when I got to, you know, have stuff shipped or be able to do hand stuff myself. It was so cool, you know, be like, yeah, this kid's gonna smile, you know, and just knowing that I was doing some good, and I want them to know as well how great that felt, and I know it's just gonna be something memorable, and I really hope that this catches on and we can make this even bigger, and hopefully something national can come of this, because I would love nothing more than have a national OI Angel Tree, bring awareness to it, and go from there. With that sound of the bells, I guess it's time. Thank you again. If y'all want to follow my journey, Jeff Unbreakable Black on Instagram. I post all my stuff on there. If you're an OI person looking for workout tips or advice, probably won't find it, but you're just going to find me training like a madman, because I don't accept defeat. I never will. And I've just always trained the way that always felt good to me. And that's the only advice I could give, is just start doing something. Through activity comes great things. It might not be in one day, it might not be in 1 week, might not be in 1 month, hell, it might not be in 1 year. But I am the testament of working out for over 22 years and over 11 physique competition. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that. It is all about consistency, and most importantly, it's all about winning the day. And hopefully today, after hearing this, you guys, take some reflection, but also are inspired to help me champion this OI Angel Tree, and let's make the second go round even better than the first. Thanks, guys.